Mark, great to catch up with you again, my friend. I do want to do one thing, though. I want to go back to the weekend of the Bondi stabbing at Westfield Bondi. Now, I can't remember whether it was the Sunday Herald Sun or the Monday Herald Sun, where you drew this cartoon of the hero police officer who ran toward the attacker as the rest of the shoppers were escaping. Now, it must be difficult to draw a cartoon about such a serious and graphic incident. Take me through this illustration, because I thought this is a brilliant, brilliant cartoon, and if you don't win an award for that, I'll go he. Talk us through it, mate.
Well, like everybody, Steve, I found about this event through the media and living in Melbourne, of course, and you know, you just I just sit there for a few hours and take it all in. But I also match that with my immediate response to it, because I think that's the power of the cartoon, which is like that immediate reaction to it. And like you just said, I think the reaction, as with everybody, was, you know, when everybody was running for safety and they were being encouraged to run by security staff, you know, there were several people that stood up and actually ran towards it. Of course, we had the bollard man, which I was considering. We had, of course, the tragic security guard who was killed, who we honoured today. But I think Amy, the police inspector, stood out. She was the first responder. And so I wanted to pay some sort of tribute to her. And, you know, the cartoon has to be very simple in these situations. I don't think you can have too many words. I think you just have to sum it up in a very quick image that when people look at it, they understand it straight away. And the idea was that everybody was going one way and she was going in the opposite direction, which showed, I guess, her courage in such a chilling situation. And I think the cartoon did work because you understand it straight away.
It was absolutely brilliant, Mark. I don't need to tell you that. Everyone who saw it, everyone spoke to me about it, said that. Let's go to this week. The Prime Minister went to Kokoda. Now, he's not the most athletic bloke, Albo. So the thought of him walking the Kokoda track with his Papua New Guinea comrade, Marape,
yes.
Take us through what the wording is here. What's Albo saying to his PNG mate?
Yes, it's walking Kokoda now and then, and I love history, and that iconic photo of the digger, the wounded digger in World War II, being helped along the Kokoda Trail by a local tribesman who we knew affectionately as the Fuzzy Wuzzy Angels. And I saw this similarity between those two, and now, you know, Albo walking along with James Marape along the Marape along the Kokoda Trail, and I thought, you know, maybe I can use this with a sort of political analogy. And of course, you know, Albo does have a few little injuries from opinion polls lately, so there I had James with helping him down the track. And if you look closely, Albo has that hole in his foot, where he shot himself in the foot during I think the Voice referendum.
You are a star, mate. The Melbourne Injecting Room, that's now been scrapped. You also drew a cartoon about that. We're all glad it's been scrapped. Let's have a look at what you said about the heroin room disappearing. There's Jacinta Allen, the Premier. She's chucked everything, including Dan Andrews, into a container bin.
Well, I think she's learning now if she's going to survive, she has to dump some of Dan's initiatives. And she's trying to do that. So out the back of Parliament House, I think there is one of those Sharps wastes bin. And, of course, Ken Lay's report went into the dumpster, as with the image of Dan. Now, we've heard recently that this medical centre they're building may be a de facto injecting centre. So let's just see if Jacinta actually does some dumpster diving and goes back into the dumpster and fetches a few things out.
Just finally, next time I talk to you from your studio, can you elevate the Tigers premiership poster up onto the top of the easel rather than having it down on the ground, please?
Mate, I'm sorry, but it is down the bottom at the moment. You know that, Steve. I can't do much about that, mate.
Righto. Thank you. Always a pleasure to catch up with you, mate. Mark Knight there. How fantastic are those cartoons of his?